kills whenever she wants to kill.
Yeah, exactly. That
Like, you're at 0, I
mean, the universe plays by its own rules.
Yeah, man.
She's the queen.
And she's got a galaxy.
But we are launching right into the Seagull, Joe, and Viceroy, game number 1 on Battlefield. And I know they both love the stage, so this is pretty neutral for both of them.
And so, like, that's the really risky thing right there. If once Spin Dash starts to get charged up, it is a pretty much, like, automatic Luma knockback. So Viceroy very wisely taking center stage right now, you know, and as Luma does take those tiny percents from the Spin Dash, he's not going to lose her immediately. She'll still take damage. She's probably about a couple hits away now from death.
Yeah, because right now Luma's kind of getting slapped like all over the stage. Like, Viceroy is not getting hit by a whole lot, but he's getting the hits that count apparently. That was a big lead, and wow, that clanked. He had like a second charge on that, and it still managed to clank. That was surprising.
Wow, the Lunar Land downer on ledge. And just like that, Joe's in a bad situation.
Yeah, Viceroy's looking nice today, but that invincibility on that side B was really smart by Joe, getting him back on stage, center stage at that. But he still has like maybe 20%, but that Luma dying is huge.
Yeah, we've got 12 and a half seconds, man.
Oh, it's 12 and a half now?
Yeah, it's been 12 and a half for a little bit.
Okay, okay.
That was like the last time she got touched was a pretty good while. But yeah, no, it's a full 12.5.
Okay, I guess it just feels longer.
You're telling me, man. But yeah, no, without her sword once again.
Yeah, that Luma came and went, and Joe's just doing a good job, just like kind of snowballing his advantage right now with the Luma killing. Like, you killed one, it's like, great, you don't have any advantage to press me with. Now, the moment it no,
beautiful.
No, tech yet again.
Let me tell you, that upward, like that direct up angle, not the easiest thing in the world to hit. It's super easy to B reverse out of that, and so it's really amazing that he was able to get that out of the no tech situation. But Joe all over it.
Yeah, that was just smart, aggressive play by Joe. Just stacking his advantages like he's been doing this entire time. Viceroy was doing well before.
Calls out the jump from the Spin Dash. And, you know, despite the fact that Viceroy's been on his second stock for about 30, 45 seconds now, only took 2%. And that's something we saw, like, even as Joe was, you know, stacking up those Luma kills, like you mentioned, Viceroy still at the percent limit. And it was only the fact that he got those double no-tech scenarios that he was able to close out that first stock.
Yeah, he was just doing a great job just, like, stacking and stacking and stacking. That's the name of the game of this matchup, it seems. That was a smart recovery by Viceroy, though, going all the way across the stage.
Yeah, you're starting to see a more common option for Roses to land on platforms with that up B, and that's looked like what Joe was trying to sniff out, but Viceroy just went all the way across, said, I'm good luck, catch me if you can.
Yeah, she doesn't want any of that. No. These recoveries are just getting more and more varied as the set goes on.
And there's the Luma up air.
So, question, how good is Rosalina at, like, poking shields in general?
Oh, P good, man.
Okay.
P good. Rapid jab is a thing.
Yeah, because, like, I was looking at that rapid jab, and the shield's looking really tiny, so I wonder if that would be, like, the win condition for Viceroy, provided he gets back on stage.
Yeah, rapid jab very rarely breaks shield. Like, it's not, like, super unheard of, but it's not really going to happen unless the player, because normally it just stabs. But, like, when Rosa's got crazy spacing tools, whether it's spaced out Lunar Land Bear, just regular Bear, F tilt's really good, down tilt's really good. One of the hidden gems. Oh, great shield.
Yeah, and that was big because now he had safe control when he got his Luma back too. But looks like Rose is just so tall that back air might poke through her shield.
So now we're in between games. Do you know what Lunar Land back air is on shield?
If I had to guess, it's probably like +6.
It's +13.
What?
It's a guaranteed grab. Granted, it doesn't go very far. Like, it'll sneak out maybe like a half character length away, but it is +13 on shield. Is that not the dumbest thing in the world?
Is that like max, like perfect spacing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it ticks the shield and locks them, and it's just like, ha, I'm going to grab you. Granted, getting the Lunar Land back air into immediate pivot grab, not the easiest combination of inputs, but it's crispy. And that's super important. Rapid jab and star bits down tilt, all when well spaced, can beat Spin Dash if it's not fully charged.
Yeah, star bits are like flat out transcendent, right? Like they don't clank as much of anything.
Yeah, no, like you can beat them out. So interesting enough, if you hit Luma during the star bits come out, the star bits lose their hitbox.
Oh, interesting. Ooh. Yeah, great patience by Joe. Like, Viceroy was looking for that early air dodge. Joe didn't give it. And then he gave him the late air dodge, which no one ever really does for some reason. Most of the time because that situation doesn't really rise too much. But even without his Luma, Viceroy is just going ham.
No. Wow, that was so smart by Joe.
So that's one of those unfortunate scenarios when, you know, Rosa does lose her Luma sword. Viceroy got softed up. And softed up air is how you see, get those early Luma kills. It's soft hit into hard hit, halo hit into star hit. Oh, wow, the double air dodge saving his life. But if Viceroy had the Luma there, he pretty easily could have closed out that stock.
Yeah, but even then, he's not, like, sweating it too much because he still has that big lead. And, oh, the timing on that was beautiful.
Pulling the Sonic, really. S-Smash on ledge, man.
Yeah. I mean, Joe reeling back. Now he knows how he how it feels when he does that to literally everyone else.
Yeah, it's a super tight window, too. That's one of the main weaknesses of Rosa as she stands up what is normally either a 1 or a 2-frame window to punish ledge. With Luma, it turns into a 5-frame window, so it just really opens it up. Viceroy getting off work from the bakery, rolling around stage until Luma comes back.
Yeah, this is where Viceroy plays so well. Just waiting for you to come to him. Those nairs come out really, really fast and just cut out approaches so well. And then once you start approaching on the ground a bit more to avoid the nairs, he'll grab you, he'll juggle you, and if you give him rage, you are dead, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, full-length nair there. When Rosa's not covering the front and Luma's in front of him, the entire time, the hitbox stays up for almost a full 60 seconds.
Wow.
Like, it is a massive hitbox. And it's really easy to, either just use falling nair onto shield as a great whiff option because Rosa really doesn't have a lot of downtime in between landing with nair into her next option. So it's pretty easy to fake people out.
Yeah, I imagine especially like if you cross people up on shield because the hitbox starts behind her, right?
It does start behind her, but it's actually easier to fall with it like the final hits of it in front of them because you land in what looks like a prone position, but you actually can just land into down tilt.
Wow. This character has some tech now. A lot.
I wish I was good. I'd be playing right now instead of casting.
It's all right. Sam's here for a reason.
Yeah, man. Nice high recovery. Oh, and he just barely perfect 10 lands on the platform. But Joe's still unable to close up his first stock now at 100%. Covers his return with star bits. Gets back safely too. So important.
Oh, he tried to grab Luma. Maybe he thought like Rosa would just like cross him out with their weird hitboxes, but
yeah, or perhaps even calling out the roll.
Maybe. Yeah, but now he's just content to like spin around a bit, get some more damage on Luma, try and get that out of the way before he tries to get Viceroy out of the way.
Yeah, but at the same time, don't let.
Oh, that was smart. That was so nice.
Land with Luma Rapid Jab, man. Luma just does whatever. So, for those wondering at home, at the peak of Rosa's up B is when she can start inputting aerials with Luma. The first actionable frames start as the up B height maxes out. So that's why he's able to start that jab there. And once again, man, no techs.
Yeah.
You got it. We tech those, baby. We've got to tech those.
Yeah, that looked like a really hard tech to hit, though, because like for some reason it looked like it crossed him up too, even though it looked like he was in front and ended up being behind.
Yeah, it's tough. Sonic Spring's good for a reason.
And here's the
Joe's going to have to jump. Yeah, he can't get over that.
Yeah. There's nothing he could do about that.
Luma Rapid Jab. Pretty good in this matchup. And that's the nice thing. I was talking earlier about how it's like super heavy commit for Rosa, but at the same time, if you have it set up while they're charging, there's nothing Sonic can do besides just cancel it.
Yeah, that looks like a hard situation to be in. And yep, just like you were saying, either have to hold that damage or just like lose a little bit of stage control.
Yep. And that's it, man. Just as easy as that. And you can even, like, if you space it correctly, get jab 1, which is what every Rosalina wants. Especially at these percents, jab 2 into nair, jab 2 into up air, jab 3, is going to kill. Not quite on Battlefield right now, but pretty close.
Yeah. Oh, that was a big one, but doesn't eat a really big punch there. Joe just needs to back there for his troubles, though.
And that's really the benefit of playing Sonic. You have such little time before the first actionable frame after F smash that Rosa doesn't have time to do anything besides grab. And you're going to get about 10-11% on the back air depending on the freshness, but you're not going to die, which is more important.
Yeah, not dying is pretty important in this matchup.
But now 7 seconds, man.
Yep.
Joe's going to have to make this count.
Yeah, the clock is slowly winding down. I don't really feel like both players are looking for a timeout. That's kind of the nature of the matchup. But, it's definitely an option now. Joe has a big deficit that he needs to make up before he even has a chance to
Rising down air.
Nice.
Ooh. But that wasn't a 2-frame.
Did he just 2-frame with back air?
Yeah, man, that was Lunarland back air. It was pretty good.
But, like, I didn't know it hit that low to the stage.
Oh, no, it goes underneath. Yeah, it goes underneath the platform. Luma is, in a word, silly. C, dumb, ridiculous, a lot of things. Wow. If you go on a Kuragane Hammer, Luma stats are listed under Ganon. you pull up Rosalina and Luma, and it's like, here's all of Rosalina's air mobility and stuff, and then here is Luma/Ganon.
Oh my gosh, I see why, because that was absolutely ridiculous. But here we go, getting this game 3 and finally switching from a different to a different stage. Smashville's the pick.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a pretty strong Sonic stage, really. Especially with the fact that, you know, with a character as light as Rosalina, rollback back throw is such a potent option.
And also, I was thinking, like, from the pacing from the last set, like, once Rosalina got a lead, he just kind of walked away, ran away, like, walled him off. But on a shorter stage, that's a lot harder to do. Like, to reposition yourself properly and with less platform.
You have less horizontal space, and as you said, so super important. She doesn't have stationary platforms to retreat to. She doesn't. She has to. You have to really make your up Bs count if you're going to go on the stage.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Back here. Yep. Goes for the down tilt, doesn't get the spacing on it quite right. He gets easy spin dash, though he does manage to maintain his lead, though. Oh, he has the jump. Here comes the spring. What we got?
The pressure from Viceroy, like when Joe's at the ledge, has been really good. He's been getting at least something every single time. Literally every single time. He's either getting like a back air, maybe a down air, even a jab. It's the little things that matter in this matchup.
Yeah,
the pacing's just
and that
so
shield on the platform saving Joe's stock there. That back air would have easily closed it out at 110 like that. So he's got 12.5 seconds to make this count.
It looks like the shield's coming out a little bit more from Viceroy now that Luma's gone.
Yeah, and we've seen this, like, a lot of Roses will opt for that roll-heavy time killer. And it's so important to mix up how you roll, because if you don't, you're still going to get so much damage. Joe has to find a way down.
Good drift.
Beats the back air. Luma active and scary as always.
Yeah, with this much rage. But, still living, and needs a back air for his trouble. See, he's dead!
Luma's dumb. Luma's done.
He's dead!
Luma's super silly.
Luma's so OD, dude. That was so good. Nice awareness by Viceroy, recognizing even if he died right there, it was like, just get one last swing, and now it is his game to lose. We've seen in the situation in the last set, but back air shield poke, not killing just yet.
And that's the so scary thing, because, like, Rosa Rage is when real silly stuff starts to happen. Soft hit, hard hit starts to kill, like, 30, 40%.
If Joe gets grabbed on the platform, I wouldn't be surprised if he died now. It could happen.
And now Luma's gone. Joe wants to desperately close this out. Viceroy does commit to that up air with his double jump back air, or back throw. Done.
Yeah. Rosa's still light.
You know, and that's this matchup. You have to, like, you know, call out the fact that Viceroy is going to stand up and get that immediate rollback.
Yeah, great awareness by Seagull Joe, doing the classics. He's been doing that since day one of Smash 4. And showing us why. It definitely still works.
And not only that, kills Luma and takes an immediate 18% lead.
All right, in the meantime, Joe manages to bring it back with a little bit of a lead right now. And there's that shorter stage coming to play yet again. He had less space to drift right there, and he's eating a punish for that. But that Luma placement was so great by Viceroy. Just recognizing that, pressing that A button, counting his blessings too.
Yeah, lunar landing out of that is such a great option because it really catches your opponents off guard. You feel like you have, you know, this really strong and free opening just to punish La Rosa super hard, and Luma is just lurking the entire time.
Like a shark. Like a shark.
Soft up, gets the air dodge down air.
And Viceroy's looking really good right now. Keeping up with Joe in the pacing every single time. That up tilt was so good. Reads the air dodge, gets it down air. I don't think Joe has to jump. What's the option? Well,
doesn't get it. And it's super hard to hit. Like, I mean, his spring increases velocity so much.
Yeah, springs are great. Like, super underestimated move by a lot of people. It's so strong.
But, however, we see now only a 15% lead and no Luma. But we're looking at 2 minutes left, and neither of them are really super close to kill percent, really.
Yeah. Well, without Luma, I feel like Rosa will have to sacrifice a lot of stage control.
Yeah.
So with
You're not
that,
wrong. Especially like a player like Viceroy. There is counterplay with Luma-less Rosa, but I mean, Viceroy goes for the safer option.
that down air was looking pretty safe right there. And the back air, still alive. Seagull Joe is so close to taking or to losing this.
Jab 3, he drops shield at the most unopportune moment.
We've seen the situation so many times. Joe mentioned get back to stage. Jabs Viceroy off.
And 1% lead with 90 seconds left. It's the grab. Not much Rosa can really do from that point, especially center stage like that.
Good patience, even right now by Viceroy, staring down Joe, saying you won't land right here.
Run up nair. That's something I really seen in like one of the common tools. Just gets that first Luma hit in the face. 70 seconds.
Yeah. Time is ticking down.
Everyone's holding their breath right now. Get the fourth, and it's gonna kill Luma. That's super important right now. 2% separate them with 60 seconds left.
Nice wait on that recovery.
Yeah,
Just getting
Viceroy
back
double
to
jumps. He's been on the wrong side of that spring too many times.
53 seconds left. He whiffed the
Back
punish.
throw.
Is that it? I think that's it.
And that's it. Rage is all it takes. Seagull Joe clutching it out.
Sonic, that was not almost too easy. You need to shut your mouth. That was the
and that's so
closest set I've
unfortunate
seen
because,
today.
like as you said, Viceroy's never beaten Joe. And there were so many moments where he could have closed it out. It was so close. But Joe showing why he's still as respected of a top player as he is, staying calm, staying cool with a minute left, closing it out, and getting that rollback back through. Flashing all the way back to 2014.
Yeah, it's a timeless classic. That move is so good. But kudos to Joe for playing that matchup extremely well. But Viceroy also played brilliantly. Like every time he recovered, every time he like landed with Luma and like the lunar landing and that back air game 2 for the 2-frame for the win. That was some quality Rosalina Luma play. That was just really smart by him. Great stuff by both players. That was a good set.
And so we're going to see Black Yoshi versus